Hi everyone, I'm Amelia. Today I want to talk about cloud computing. The network is the computer, said by John Gage. The first one is that what is cloud computing? Cloud computing means that instead of our computer hardware and software you are using sitting on your desktop or somewhere inside your company's network, it's provided for you as a service by another company and accessed over the internet, usually in a completely seamless way. Exactly where the hardware and software is located and how it all works does not matter to you, the user. It's just somewhere up in the cloud, and that's the internet represents. Now I want to give some examples of cloud computing. Most of us use cloud computing all the day long without realizing it. When you sit at your PC and type a query into Google, the computer on your desk isn't playing much part in finding the answers you need. It's no more than a messenger. The words you type are swiftly shuttled over the net to one of the Google's hundreds of thousands clustered PCs, which dig out your results and send them promptly back to you. When you do a Google search, the real work in finding your answers might be done by a computer sitting in California, Dublin, Tokyo, or Beijing. You don't know, and most likely you don't care. The same applies to web-based email. Once upon a time, email was something you could only send and receive using a program running on your PC, sometimes called a mail client. But then, web-based services such as Hotmail came along and carried email off into the cloud. Now we are all used to the idea that emails can be stored or processed through a server in some remote part of the world, easily accessible from a web browser wherever we happen to be. Pushing email off into the cloud makes it superiorly convenient for busy people constantly on the move. Preparing documents over the net is a newer example of cloud computing. Simply log on to a website-based service such as Google Documents, and you can create a document, spreadsheet, presentation, or whatever you like using web-based software. Instead of typing your words into a program like Microsoft or OpenOffice running on your computer, you are using similar software running on a PC at one of Google's worldwide data centers. Like an email drafted on Hotmail, the document you produce is stored remotely on a web server, so you can access it from any internet-connected computer anywhere in the world, anytime you like. Do you know where it's stored? No. Do you care where it's stored? Again, no. Using a web-based service like this means you are contracting out on or outsourcing some of your computing needs to a company such as Google. They pay the cost of developing the software and keeping it up to date, and they earn back the money to do this through advertising and other paid-for services. What makes cloud computing different? The first one is it is managed. Most importantly, the service you use is provided by someone else and managed on your behalf. If you are using Google Documents, you don't have to worry about buying Upton license for word processing software or keeping them up to date, nor do you have to worry about viruses that might affect your computer or about backing up the files you create. Google does all that for you. One basic principle of cloud computing is that you no longer need to worry how the service you are buying is provided. With web-based services, you simply concentrate on whatever your job is and leave the problem of providing dependable computing to someone else. The second one is it's on demand. Cloud services are available on demand and often bought on a pay-as-you-go or subscription basis. So you typically buy cloud computing the same way you'd buy electricity, telephone services, or internet access from utility companies. Sometimes cloud computing is free or paid in other ways. Hotmail is subsidized by advertising, for example. The third one is it's public or private. Now we all have PCs on our desks. We are used to having complete control over our computer systems and complete responsibility for them as well. Cloud computing changes all that. It comes in two basic flavors, public and private, which are the cloud equivalents of the internet and intranets. Web-based email and free services like the ones Google provides are the most familiar examples of public clouds. Now I want to introduce some types of cloud computing. There are three types. The first one is infrastructure as a service, which means you are buying to your computing hardware over the net, such as servers or storage. Since you buy what you need and pay as you go, this is often referred to as utility computing. Ordinary web hosting is a simple example of IaaS. You pay a monthly subscription or a per garage fee to have a hosting company serve up files for your website from their servers. The second one is software as a service. Means you can use a complete application running on somewhere else system. Web-based email and Google Documents are perhaps the best known examples. The third one is platform as a service. Means you develop applications using web-based tools so they run on system software and hardware provided by another company. So for example, you might develop your own e-commerce website but have the whole thing, including the shopping cart, checkout, and the payment merchandise, running on a merchant's server. Force.com and the Google App Agent are examples of platform as a service. Last, I want to show some advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. The first advantages is that it's lower upfront costs and it's very easy to operate. The second one is it only you need short time and you can use it when you pay it. The third one is it's managed and it's efficiency sharing. The disadvantages is that it's higher operating costs and it's dependent on provider. Another disadvantage is it has privacy risk among it and it depends on the internet. Thank you for your listening.